Okay, so we're going to look at workflows now. Workflows are the thing that binds everything together. So when leads come in and you want them to fire off the follow-up sequences, the workflow is the bit that ties together where the lead comes from and which follow-up sequence you want it to fire off. So if we click in the workflow tab here on the left-hand side, you will see that we already have, or you already have, one workflow that's set up. This is the one for Paradym, and I'll take you through it in a moment, but I just want to make you aware that when you sign up with your Contact Gorilla account, the email address and everything, all your details are already synced to a Paradym account if you have one. So you don't need to worry about the Paradym setup whatsoever. It's already fixed up. It's already synced up perfectly. So as soon as your leads start coming in from Paradym, it will start working in Contact Gorilla automatically. So you don't need to do anything with that at all. The only thing that you need to do, as you can see at the moment, it's paused. So what we want to do is we want to turn it on. To do that, we just click the little start button here, and it's on. Now, what happens is inside this bit, inside this workflow, this may look very complicated and worrying, but it's pretty simple, really. It's pretty straightforward. You can see here that the lead source is Paradym Real Estate Marketing. And what happens is Paradym have various different leads that come in. Some are seller leads, some are buyer leads, some are leads for just more information. And all of those have been taken into consideration already with us and Paradym and Benchmark to develop these follow-up sequences for you. So what happens is there are certain rules down this side, dependent on what type of lead comes in and to what follow-up sequence that actually will fire off. So as you can see here, for instance, the first one here is, I think, a live chat. Yep, this is a chat one. So because it's a live chat, the lead will actually come into Contact Gorilla and actually sitting in your list. But because it's a live chat, you're already talking to them, so it doesn't really want to fire any follow-up sequence or notifications off or anything like that. There's no need. But if it's not a live chat, then it will start to come down through these rules, and depending on what type it is, it will fire off a certain follow-up sequence for you. So the first one here is a showing. This is a showing lead. So when the showing lead comes through and lands in Contact Gorilla, the first thing happens is some notifications get sent, and the notifications are sent to you. So as you can see, this is already done. It's already pre-filled out, as yours will be when you first sign into Contact Gorilla, which means that I'm going to get an email notification and a text message notification on my mobile phone and my email address as soon as this lead comes in. So it's going to tell me, okay, Richard, you've got a new lead. You need to get in touch with these people. At the same time as though that happens and the lead comes in, it fires off this follow-up sequence, a buyer follow-up sequence. And this is already pre-done, so you don't need to worry about any of this at all. And then some more notifications at the end. So what happens is when the lead comes in, it fires the buyer follow-up sequence. And if the client responds to any of those sequences, any of those emails, any of those text messages, and they respond back to it, then it will notify you that they are actually in conversation and they're talking back to that sequence, so that you know. And those notifications will come through to your cell phone and also your email address at the same time. And so basically, these are just different rules depending on whether it's a seller lead or a more information lead or buyer leads, and the different types of leads that come through from Paradym. So you don't need to worry about any of this. This is all done and ready for you. Now, if you do run, you just need to click start. Okay. If you do want to start a new workflow because you have other types of leads that come in, all you have to do is add a new workflow, name it, and then you can start to build out your workflow. It asks you what your lead source is. It could be, Zillow, or you could be using something through Zapier, or it could just be a survey that you've built in Contact Gorilla and you've got it on a page or something like that. So you just pick your survey and then go through. Now, obviously, we don't have any surveys built in here, which is why there aren't any listed. But if you've built one out, then you can just pick it and then add it in. And then you just add your notifications. You add your notifications and which follow-up sequence you want it to fire, and that's it. It's all done for you. Very easy.